your own child, your child that you brought up, that you breastfed, just voted you out the game. That's a bad beat. What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about the top 10 bad beats. Now, I was going to name it bad beats because they're implementing poker into the game, and a bad beat is, let's say you have 4 aces in your hand. You're all in, right? And then someone beats you. That's called a bad beat in the poker world. So since Survivor is implementing poker into the game by showing us these little clips, I'm going to do a top 10 bad beats, which I didn't name it that because nobody would click on it if I just named it bad beats. Probably 50% of you guys never heard of that term, so I just want to, I don't even know what I'm going to call it. I'm doing this video right now, but something like worse luck, or, you know, something like that. So we're going to start with number 10, go to number 1, and the number 10 bad beat's probably going to surprise a lot of you, because a lot of you probably think it's number 1, and that is ERIK giving up his immunity necklace to Natalie, right? Oh, that's one of the most historical moves in the game, ERIK doing that. I say, yes, of course, it's a bad beat, but considering the circumstances, you have to kind of give it up for CIRIE. She came up with a plan. The rest executed the plan. You know, Natalie had to convince him. And then at Tribal, that's when they all came together and executed that plan. Now, I've played with 2 of these directly. I played with 3, but directly I played with Amanda. I played with Parvati. He had no hope. He had no hope. These girls all together as a team, they call themselves the Black Willow Alliance. The Black Widow Alliance. You know, and that's what it was. They would have ate up anyone, those girls together. Super strategic, super smart. So that's why I put it at number 10, because yes, it's a bad beat, but it could have happened to a lot of people, not just him. All right, number 9. Again, someone giving up their idol in honor, Brandon HANTZ. Another bad beat. Now, these 2 people, number 10 and number 9, could have won the game. Probably would have won the game. That's why they're on the list of bad beats. Brandon gives his necklace because he wanted to be honorable. He was young. He never played the game before. He never watched the game. All he seen was his uncle, and then all he seen was me getting tons of hate. So he went out there trying to do the right thing, right? Being honorable. Then the next time he went out there, he's like, okay, nobody wants me to play honorable. Everybody making fun of me. So now I'm going to go out there and play aggressively. Now I'm going to go out there and do what I got to do. And I ain't going to cry. I ain't going to do nothing. I ain't going to show any emotion. And then that's what you seen the next time. If he could somewhere get in the middle there, Brandon would be a good player. And he could do well in the game. So I put Brandon as number 9 for my bad beat. Now, number 8, we all love her. Francesca. Yes, Francesca. She's actually a personal friend of mine. And Fran got voted out twice. First, twice. Yeah, I got to rephrase that. Francesca got voted out the first time, twice when she played. She played 2 times, got voted out first. Kind of get that, it's kind of hard to believe, but yes, that happened. That's a horrible beat. I mean, you get the opportunity to play that game. It's one in a, what, more than 1 in a million. There's only 500 and something people playing it. So it's extremely hard already to play the game. Then when you go out there, she's a super good personality. That's why they wanted her back. They wanted to see what she could do. And then she gets voted out again. If they had a legend season, you have to put Francesca on the legend season. She's a legend. Who gets voted out of anything first twice? I mean, you know, it's kind of, she don't think it's funny, but it's kind of funny. But I think she's a legend because of that. And it definitely puts her at number 8 on my bad beat list. Number 8, Francesca. Okay, number 7. A lot of you guys probably think I'd put number 7 a little higher. And that's Tyson. Tyson got that bad beat, boy. And he's a poker player. He's a good poker player. But I convinced Tyson to change his vote when I wasn't even sure who he was going to vote for. I had a feeling it was going to be for poverty. I had to change that vote up. So I went to change his vote without even telling him I want him to change his vote. Not once did I say, Tyson, you need to change your vote. Because if I would have done that, he would have read me wrong. I had to use my poker face. And I had to not say nothing about what I wanted him to do. But he actually did exactly what I wanted him to do. But that's a pretty bad beat when you're in control of everything. And if Tyson actually doesn't change his vote, Tyson goes very far. And that would be probably Tyson's win, not the next time. Or maybe he'd play twice and win, already be a 2-time winner. So, number 7, Tyson, that's a pretty bad beat, you know. You know, what can you say? I took control of that situation, but still, it's a bad beat. Number 6, it's the crazy Laura vote. Laura gets voted out by her own daughter. If my daughters played and voted me out, I would be jaded. Yes, I'd still love them. Yes, she still loves her daughter. She's always going to love her daughter. It's a daughter. But back deep down in her soul, it has to bother her. That's a bad beat, right? Your own child. Your child that you brought up, that you breastfed, just voted you out the game. That's a bad beat. So these could make number 1 in other people's opinion, but I literally took a long time to sit down and figure out what order, who I wanted on the bad beats and what order I wanted to put them in. And Laura, she makes them at number 6, you know, could have been higher. Number 5, to me, it's a pretty bad beat when Rupert switches place with his wife and goes to the island, Redemption Island. I don't know what island it was, but I think it was, I don't know if it was Redemption or not, but I think it was. So that's what I keep saying about, you know, playing blood versus water. It's an unfair advantage. I would have done the same thing. Some of you may know that now. You probably wouldn't have thought that then, that I'm rough, tough, and I'd just stab anybody in the back. But if my daughter is standing there and gets voted out, my mama's standing out and gets standing there, I got to take their place. I'm going to fight for them. Let them play the game. I've already played this game. I'm going to take their spot, and I'm going to try to win my way back into the game. You know, because I would want them to have that opportunity to play the game. Rupert did the honorable thing. I don't know too many people. Well, they do have a lot of people out there that would Rob have done it? Would Rob done it for Amber? I don't think so. I don't think so. I know some of you think he may, but I know how he plays the game. I think he would have been like, you know, do your best, get back in the game, girl. He loves her, of course, you could see that. But I'm just saying, I think that Rob would have stayed in the game. Rupert, we all knew he would make that decision. I knew he was going to make that decision when he did. So Rupert makes my number 5. Number 4, Kelly's Wigglesworth. Remember that? Remember how Richard HANTZ constantly saying how good he is? Her bad beat is not picking the right number. All she had to do was pick the right number. She wins the first season ever. All she had to do is pick that number, then all of a sudden Richard HANTZ is nobody. So Richard HANTZ is Richard HANTZ because they both got to choose a number, and Richard got closer to the number than Kelly. So is that, I know they didn't know how to play Survivor back then, but, you know, I don't want to get into Richard not, how easy it was back then to win Survivor, and now he couldn't do it. I've talked about that on and on, but we're just talking about bad beats. And Kelly picking the wrong number. Kelly. I don't know what number she even picked, but I would have picked 5. I don't even know what number it was. I forgot. 5. That gives you, your 50-50 chance right there. He probably picked 5 because that's the best number to pick mathematically. So now we have number 3, bad beats. This could easily be number 1, and I'll explain why. James in Survivor China had 2 idols, right? Now that's just a bad play, not playing it, because he could have won 1 challenge, played 2 idols in a row, and then that's it. He's at 5 people left at the end of the game. Now, I don't want to go into like me being a bad beat, bitter juries and people coming in second. That's not what this is about. But I wouldn't put James at number 3 if that was the only thing that happened to him, because that's just a bad play, right? It's just like Tyson, you would say it's a bad play, but it's a pretty bad beat when you basically vote yourself out. Anyway, James, it's a terrible play not to play them 2 idols. We all see that. But 2 other times he played, he gets medevaced. So James makes number 3, not only for not playing 2 idols, when he could have saved himself twice in a row, then win 1 challenge, you're at the end. Not only that, he gets medevaced twice. Once because his finger got infected, and believe me, that can get you medevaced. You get any kind of infection out there, you're out. They just can't stop it. And then his knee went so out of socket, man. I'm the one that was pushing him around. But I ain't saying that I put his knee out of socket, but I'm the one that was touching him. I seen it happen. He come down. I seen his knee pop out, and he was like, it was wobbling. So you gotta admit that could easily be number 1. Playing the game 3 times and being that unlucky 3 times, twice medevaced. James is a legend. Remember James winning fan favorite 2 seasons in a row. If they did a legend season and don't have James, that's just craziness to me. But this is about bad beats. James definitely makes that number 3. Number 2, another one you're gonna be shocked about, because a lot of you probably don't remember Wanda from Palu. Remember when they did the picking tribes, and she was the last one standing? Come on, man. Number 2, because she didn't even get a chance to play. She did nothing wrong. Why didn't she get another shot to play? It seems like you would give her another shot. But, she goes out there, they pick tribes, and they don't choose her. It's like you're sitting at the schoolyard, and you're the little kid sitting there, and then all of a sudden they pick everybody, and you're the last one standing. That's embarrassing, by the way. Never happened to me, but it's pretty embarrassing, I'm sure. And also, it is, it just don't seem right. Almost seem bullyish, but, it's not. But it almost seems that way. And that's why I'm shocked that they let that happen. It's just, she made it pretty dang high on my list, number 2, because she should have deserved to play some other season or something. And she never even got a shot. Step on the island, step off the island. If you don't think that's a bad beat, then go ahead and put it down there in the comment section. But we'll talk about that at the end. Number 1, bad beat. You know it. CIRIE. She gets voted out. She probably wins the game. She gets voted out because everyone else either had protection or the immunity idol. And she was the last one standing. Jeff says her name wasn't even in the little urn. That's number one, bad beat. That's a bad beat. She's also a legend. She probably will play again. And she's, I know her personally. She's a great person. The way she took that as well, honorably. She respected the game. She had a smile on her face. That's something I need to learn from. I need to learn from her to, any circumstance that happens. You get stabbed in the back. You got to keep in mind it's just a game. Respect the game. Go forward with it. You try your best. That's all you can really do. Try your best in that game. That's all. That's all anybody can do. And that's what she does. She tries her best in the game. It was sad to see, and she doesn't hold no grudges with nobody. She knows it's part of the game. But she makes my number one, CIRIE, getting voted out just because nobody else was available to get voted out. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit that 20,000 mark before the episode. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. But I am still full focused, full force with this. I'm going to put a link to my Patreon page down in the description if you want to be part of more of what's going on here. I'm doing lives. I'm watching the show live with all my patrons. You can check out the different options you have to join. We do several things. I'm always on there. I'm super close to a lot of them. A lot of them even have my personal phone number. So check out the Patreon page. Check out my new store. Has got my merch set up. Pretty cool merchandise. Check that out. I want, if you think I need to write something different or do something different, I like the comments. I read the comments to where maybe my merch store isn't any good at all. I don't know. Maybe I need to do something different. Check that out as well. And like it. Push that notification button. And I appreciate you guys watching. Keep hope alive.